Stephen Hanson again with another Numbers That Matter. Today's number is 4.5%-ish. That number is the yield on the 10-year Treasury Bond. Before your eyes glaze over and you start looking for cat videos, stay with me for the next 30 seconds because this little bond is quietly controlling one of the biggest stories in real estate right now. I know what some of you are thinking. Steven, I clicked on real estate video, not an economics class. That's fair. This number affects your mortgage payments more than almost anything else happening in the market today. Most people think mortgage rates follow the Fed. They don't. Mortgage rates actually follow the 10-year Treasury. So think of the Fed as the loud guy at the party, all the attention, while the 10-year Treasury is the person actually making the decisions. Think of it like this, it's a band. The Fed is the lead singer getting all the headlines, and the Treasury is the drummer quietly keeping the beat. So nobody notices the drummer until he stops. Then suddenly the whole thing falls apart. Lenders take that 4.5% Treasury yield and add about a 2% spread. And that's how they end up with mortgage rates hovering around the mid-sixes. Now here's where it gets interesting. Over the last 3 months, the Treasury yield has bounced between 4.3% and 4.65%, driven by inflation concerns, oil prices, and global uncertainty. So the mortgage rates today are roughly 0.75% higher than they were just 90 days ago. Now, historically, a jump like that should have frozen the housing market, but they should be sitting on the sideline. Showings should be slowing down. Pending sales should be falling. And honestly, if you had asked an economist 3 months ago what a nearly 1% rate spike would do to housing, they would have said, well, see you next spring. But that's not what's happening. In fact, the national pending home sales just reached their highest seasonal peak over the year, with more than 78,000 homes under contract. Let's read that again. Rates jumped up. Buyers kept buying, and that's the story. Market is showing a remarkable resilience. Buyers aren't waiting for 5%. They're not waiting for 4%. They're largely accepting that rates in the mid-sixes may be the new normal, at least for now. And that brings us to the question everyone keeps asking. When are the rates going to come down? And honestly, the answer, unless the broader economy takes a significant punch in the face, this 4.5% Treasury environment may be sticking around for a while. The bond market is many things. Predictable isn't one of them. Generous definitely isn't one of them. And right now, it isn't showing many signs of surrendering. So if you're waiting on the sideline for some magical rate collapse before you sell, buy, or move up, or maybe betting against one of the most stubborn indicators in the entire economy. Meanwhile, the inventory changes, opportunities change, equity changes, and the home you're hoping to buy may not wait. So the goal isn't to perfectly time the market. The goal is to understand the numbers and then make a smart decision based on reality. Stop dating the headlines. Start dating the data. And if you like my Treasury to Mortgage guide and want to see how today's rates affect your buying power, equity position, and timing, text me the word Treasury and I'll get back with you. I'm Stephen Hanson. This is the number that matters, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.